Hi, Luke from Korg here. Welcome to your first 5 minutes on the Grandstage X. So first of all, let's check out what you get with it in the box, as well as the keyboard itself, of course. So you get a product manual and a coupon with some cool software. You get your mains lead. You also get a damper pedal, which is really useful, and you get this nice music rest as well, which just clips on at the back. Okay, let's get connected up. Okay, so we're almost ready to go. We've got the power connected. We've also got our audio jacks connected, left and right. It does have XLR outputs as well if you want to use those, or you could use headphones if you want to play silently. And we've got the included damper pedal connected as well. Right, let's power on. So we're powered up. It's giving us our piano sound. First thing I like to do is turn on my reverb, and then you can adjust the amount of reverb here with your fader. You can hear that changing there. And then to choose your sounds, you just use the dial, and as you can see, it's going through different pianos. And to choose different categories of sounds, use these buttons here. So you see it says grand, upright, vintage EP, clav, organ, and so on. So we can go into a different category, say electric pianos. We're into then our EP list. If you do want to change the way the sound responds when you play the keys, that's in this key touch section here. You can see it's not on at the moment, but if I turn it on, you can then, by using this fader, have a lighter touch or a heavier touch. So you can really leave that to suit, or you can just turn it off and have the default setting. You can also press list and see all your sounds in a list, which is really useful. And what I really like doing is using the like function, so I can like particular sounds by hearting them there. And then once I've done that, I can go into my liked list and it will show me just the sounds that I've saved as likes. You've got the ability to layer sounds together and split the keyboard really easily in this section here. So let's select a different piano sound. Let's go for our Italian piano. Let's layer that by adding some strings, just literally by pressing layer there. And then you can adjust the level of both parts with these faders. And of course you can change then the sound that it's layered with. You see it changing now on the screen. You can also split the keyboard. So once you press split, it creates a split in the middle there. And it defaults, I think, to this F, but you can hold down split and then press any note you want to be the split point. And then it will give you a bass sound down here, as well as the two layered sounds here. And you can again change that bass sound to any sound. It doesn't even have to be a bass sound if you don't want it. So let's turn off our split and layer part. So we're just left with our Italian piano and go back into a different sound. So I'm going to select an FME piano now because I want to show you the unison function. So when you turn that on, it's like a chorus, widens out the sound, and then this is the amount of chorus or unison you have here. Other useful ways to manipulate your sound are the EQ and also the analog tone, which is like a proper tube inside, which can really warm up the sound or distort it depending on how you use it. So let's select a different sound. Let's go into vintage EP, and I'm going to turn off the unison sound so you hear it completely raw if you like. So that's our sound. Now if we want to EQ that, just press EQ there. And we can start shaping the frequencies. We can enhance the highs and the mids, take them out. So let's put them up a bit. And let's bring the analog tone in using the tube. So you just push the little button there, it turns into a knob, and then you can start driving the sound a little bit harder. You've also got a really handy rhythm section here, which will give you patterns. Now, if you're using this, best to turn off the analog tone, especially if you've got it cranked. Let's press play. We'll start playing. If I press setup, it takes you into this screen where I can choose different patterns. AB1 I think is the default. And as you can see, they've all got different tempos which you can change. Let's go with R&B 1. Maybe put the tempo up a bit. You'll also hear it's playing a bass line for me as well. I can mute that bass as well if I just want to have the drums. You can even put your own chord progressions in there as well as changing the keys. So once you've got something set up and you actually want to save that, you can save that into a favorite slot really easily. You've got your favorites over here, so you access them by pressing favorite. You can see it goes blue, and then you've got 10 banks of 10 here to save into. So the way that you save, you just literally get it as you want, press right, and then you can choose where you're saving into. You can choose from here, and also the banks from here, and then just press OK. I've now saved that EP into slot number 1. It also saves all of your effects setup and your rhythm setups and your key touch should you wish it. The Grandstage X has a handy panel lock feature, and the way that works is that once you press that button, everything is locked, so you can't change anything accidentally, which can be useful. So to access it, you just hold it and then it will say panel locked on the front, and then whatever I do, I can't change any of the sounds or settings at all. If at any time you need to factory reset your Grandstage X, really easy to do so. Just press System and then System on the screen as well. Page down until you get to factory reset. Press Enter. And then if you're happy to do so, press OK. It'll do its thing and then you have a full factory reset. On the back of the Grandstage X, you've got some really handy audio inputs on jacks. That's left and right, with also a switch to switch between mic and line and a knob for the level. And on the instrument itself here, you've got an audio in switch, so you need to turn that on to hear the audio input. And then if you want to see the settings, hold that down and press System. And then you're into this screen here where you see the audio in, whether it's on or not, the output level, the reverb send, and also whether you're sending it through the IFX, so the internal effects here of the Grandstage X. Other connections we've got on the back, as well as the damper, we've already got connected. We've got 2 other pedal slots. So one's a switch and one's for an expression pedal. You've also got regular MIDI on there, so that's really useful for connecting to any other equipment out there. And you've got USB for connecting to a computer, plus you've got an SD card slot, so that allows you to save all of your favorites on an SD card, put it into another Grandstage X, or back it up to your computer. Okay, there you go. That's your first 5 minutes on the Grandstage X. Right, so